I am back at the farmhouse, and today I am continuing with the laying of the hardwood floor. If you recall, I did the kitchen initially only because we wanted to make sure that we can do the cabinets and the plumbing and everything for the final inspection. So now I'm gonna continue where I left off. So the first thing I'm doing is scraping the floor, all the paint and drywall mud and stuff. I need to scrape that up, and also I am screwing down each board with a 2-inch deck screw. I still have to do this one, I missed that one, but I'm only doing half or so of the living room because I don't have space to put the stuff, so I'm just gonna do it in stages. And the next thing I'm gonna have to do is I actually have to scrape it the other way too, because some of the wood is so rotten on the top layer that it comes off. So I need to scrape it the other way to see if anything else wants to come up, because I don't want any crunchiness. And I want to make this so strong that it's gonna be good for another 100 years. So the other thing I also have to do special here, because apparently this was a high traffic area coming in from outside. Some of this wood is really shrunk. I'm guessing it was wet a lot, and that's why it's actually peeling up as well on the top layer. For example, here it's a pretty big gap. So what I'm gonna do is fill this with wood glue. Anywhere where I can stick my finger in, at least, we'll have some glue injected in there. And then I'm gonna paint it with kills, and that will seal in any old mold and smells. And then I'm gonna go ahead and use the underlayment, which is this guy, which is really nice and thick, and it adds insulation a little bit, and also it doesn't let the wetness come up from the basement, so it will be a vapor barrier. The basement is a little bit damp, although we're probably going to put in something to keep that down, so later. But for now, definitely I want to make this so if the basement was humid, it would still stay dry up here. So that's my next step here. Stay tuned. So I'm done screwing all the subfloor down, and I scraped it both ways, vacuumed it, and also I mopped it with a wet mop to bring up all the dust and remainder of bits and pieces. And now I'm gonna go ahead and paint it with kills, and then I'm gonna leave for today, but I'll be back to start laying the floor. Continuing with the floor, I had painted it, sealed it with kilts, and now I applied glue in some of the big gaps, Subfloor glue, and also marked out the dips, so if there's any spots that I have to fill in, I'm gonna do that with felt paper. So I'm just gonna cut out the pieces and staple it before I put down the underlayment. So it's actually not too bad. This section here where the entrance is, it's a little dippy, and of course by the wall it's dipped because that was replaced. That plank looks like a replacement, so that it's not even, but the rest of the floor is pretty much even. So at this point what I'm waiting for is for the glue to dry. I am trying to even up the floor with felt paper, roofing felt. So the first thing I did is went around and used the leveler to see where the dips are, and I marked them. So now I'm going to measure what kind of piece I need. It's about an 8 by 7.5. This is easy to do with scissors. This way it's 7.5. About right here. Cover it. See, I'm gonna actually cut this a little shorter right here. So now I put this on, and I know that I actually have a bigger dip in the middle, so to determine how big of a piece I need, an extra piece, I just take this little piece and see if I can stick it under anywhere here. And try to take a measurement of that, but I think it's still big, and that can throw off your measures because it's sitting up too high. Yeah, let's go back. I think I just need to do it here. I think it's better to cut it smaller than bigger, because if it sits on the top of the high point, then it's really not doing anything. It's gonna make a bigger dip. So, yeah, I think that's good. Now, I'm gonna see if I need to do some extra in the middle. I know I do. So I still need to have another piece right here as an extra. Now, let's cut this again. I think we're good with these 2 layers, because I really can't slide anything else in here. So then I know I have some here under, so I'm going to staple where the 2 layers are. So I'm done patching up the little spots with roof felt. I'm ready to put down the underlayment. First I want to vacuum it again. So this is how I insert the weaved in pieces in the kitchen, where I tie together the kitchen floor that I did earlier and the new floor for the living room. In this case, I put a lot of glue, wood glue around, and I make sure that it's going in straight. This is where I pound it. So here we are. I made progress. I made 2 rows here. That was kind of difficult because it was trying to shift a little bit, so I had to push on back on it so it's fairly straight, and everything looks good so far. I still have to screw it down on this end, not here but over here. I'm gonna screw it down where the trim's gonna go, and also I'm gonna make another piece here that's gonna fit right in for the doorway. And I gotta buy some more underlayment, but I made a good progress. So tomorrow my plan is to at least finish it up to here, and then I'll get more underlayment and then continue. Back working on the floor. I did a really good job with this cutout here. So obviously this was existing already here, so I had to squeeze this in here. What I did, I cut down the tongue on this side, and I cut it like back a little, like a 45-degree cut, and then I put glue all around and I smacked it this way, and then using the block I smacked this down, squeezed it in there without the tongue on it, right? So the groove is here on this side that ties into the existing floor, and this side doesn't have a tongue, so the glue is holding it mostly. What I'm gonna probably do is put a screw right in here and right in here to hold this down. But now I have to cut one that's gonna go here, except I'm trying to think how is the best way to do this. I think the best way to do this is really cut this and then continue from there, kind of together. So this turned out pretty good.